Border security is fundamental, but between the July election and yesterday, 25,135 people illegally and dangerously crossed the English Channel, a 28% increase on the same period 12 months earlier. Does the Home Secretary now regret ignoring the National Crime Agency's advice that law enforcement alone is not enough and that a removals deterrent is needed?
I just perhaps point out to the Shadow Home Secretary that the figure he refers to, when the Conservatives were in government, we saw that many people arrive in the space of just over 100 days because they completely lost control of our borders and let criminal gangs take hold along the channel. And 84,000 people arrived on small boats, while the Rwanda policy that he somehow wants to reintroduce managed to send just 4 volunteers. We have increased returns by over 20% to 19,000. That is important, but I hope he will explain why he voted against counter-terrorism powers to go after smuggler gangs.
Philp.
Well, she talks about the Rwanda scheme. Of course, it never even started. As she well knows, the first flight was due to take off after the election, but she cancelled it. And in relation to returns, she mentions returns a moment ago and how they've gone up. What she failed to mention, Mr. Speaker, was the vast majority of those, of course, did not enter the country by small boat. The number of small boat returns went down after this government came to office and represent only 4% of people crossing the English Channel. Does she really think letting 96% of illegal immigrants stay here is going to deter anybody?
To say to the Shadow Home Secretary, the Rwanda scheme ran for 2 years. It was running for 2 years. Exactly. All they managed to do...
Please, just let's show a little bit more restraint. When you ask the question, at least wait for the answer. Home Secretary.
They ran for 2 years, spent £700 million of taxpayers' money to return just 4 people. And in the period in which he was in government, 128,000 people arrived on small boats. A tiny percentage of them ever returned, even though those numbers included 12,000 Albanians. This government is having to sort this chaos out, but his party, again, fails to support counter-terrorism powers against smuggler and trafficking gangs, siding with the criminal smuggler gangs instead of the people of Britain. Thank you, Mr.